China also operates camps in Tibet, such as those used for forced labor in Xinjiang. Officially, they are used for training and business development. While the Tibet region used to be the focus of international media due to the aggressive settlement policy of the Chinese central government, attention has recently focused primarily on neighboring Xinjiang. Hundreds of thousands of Muslim Uyghurs are stuck there in internment camps and are then transferred to factories in the rest of the country. Government documents, satellite images and reports from state media now suggest that Beijing has set up a very similar work program in Tibet. At least 500,000 Tibetans, around 15% of the population, are to be trained as factory workers, at least 50,000 of them in factories outside the autonomous region have been posted. A study by the Jamestown Foundation, a Washington think tank, published Tuesday, suggests that it is allegedly forced labor. The lead author Adrian Zenz describes the government's actions as the worst attack on the Tibetan way of life since the Cultural Revolution. The media should be wary of such alarmist statements. The German-born Zenz, who primarily researches human rights crimes in Xinjiang, is also controversial. China's state media accuse him of his radical evangelical background and that he last set foot on Chinese soil over 10 years ago. The fact that Zenz works on the Victims of Communism Memorial Foundation, a right-wing conservative think tank with close ties to the CIA, also make him appear in a dubious light. The fact is, however, that Zenz bases his research primarily on official documents and social media posts from local governments. That means data that comes directly from the Chinese state and is publicly available. Even if some of his research has been instrumentalized by the US government for its harsh anti-China policy, it has so far been scientifically tenable. Beijing's position on the Tibetan work program reads unsurprisingly diametrically different. The government is merely promoting the region's development towards greater prosperity. The core of the problem is that the on-site situation cannot be independently verified. Foreign correspondents are not allowed to travel to Tibet. The situation is little different in Xinjiang. There, correspondents are followed at every turn by security forces upon arrival, and attempts to interview are made impossible. Anyone who approaches one of the barbed wire fenced internment camps without a government invitation is often expelled from the province. The Chinese government regards the issue of Tibet as extremely sensitive. After all, state affiliation has been controversial under international law since Beijing forcibly incorporated the area 70 years ago through an invasion of the People's Liberation Army. When German Chancellor Angela Merkel received the Dalai Lama as the exiled religious head of the Tibetans in Berlin in 2007, German-Chinese relations temporarily cooled significantly. The International Campaign for Tibet evaluates China's so-called work program as a serious violation of human rights. It can be assumed that the training measures will take place under pressure and coercion. In fact, people should have no choice but to submit to their fate, says ICT Managing Director Kai Müller in Berlin. And right here you find the button to subscribe to my channel, and I would really appreciate if you do so. And if you now want to know more about European or global politics, YouTube has chosen another of my videos right here for you on the end screen. I'll see you in my next video. Click and enjoy. Viel Spaß!